Hello, mathematicians, and welcome to day one of exponential functions. So before you start off this lesson, please make sure you have three things. The first one is that you have the exponential functions green sheet. Now, usually this is green when it is printed out, but on here on mine, it is going to be white. The second thing you need is the day one worksheet, which is called Arithmetic Sequences. And the third thing you're going to need is a pencil. So let's start off with this worksheet right in front of you. So the example says, find the 10th term of the following sequence. Now, let's write down some vocabulary. Right here we have this word called sequence. This just means a list of numbers in a particular order. So as we can see, our sequence in this problem is this right here. So we have a list of numbers and they are separated by commas. Very similar to when you go to a grocery store and you write down your list separated by commas. And now the second part of the definition says that it is in a particular order. Now, what does that mean? Well, usually a sequence kind of has a pattern. So if we look at these numbers, we see that they are increasing. But how much are they increasing by? Well, let's look. From 3 to 9, we do plus 6. From 9 to 15, we do plus 6. And 15 to 21 plus 6. So it looks like it is increasing by 6. This is a sequence. Now, if I wanted to keep going, the number that comes after 27 would be plus 6. So it would be 33. And the number after 33 would be plus 6, so it would be 39. And this keeps going on forever, forever, forever. To find the 10th term, you can either make a huge list or you could be a lazy mathematician and use a formula. So I'm going to give you the formula, which is right here on your green sheet. Arithmetic sequences. So as you can see, we have certain letters. We have the first letter that I see is N. So N is the term we are looking for. Another variable that I see is this A1. A1 is the very first term. The very first term. Now, you've been hearing me say term a lot. Term means the placement it has in our sequence. So the first term would be the first one in line, second term would be the second one in line, and so forth. And we usually denote it with an A, and we use the term right here as this little one, as a subscript. Looks like an X when it fits below. Our N is again seen right here. So again, this is the term that we were looking for. So this one goes with that one over here. Now the last variable that I see here is this D. This is called the common difference. So this is how much it is jumping by. How much it is jumping by. So we're going to be lazy mathematicians and use this formula to find the 10th one in our list, okay? So we go back over here. What equation are we using? Well, the one we just wrote. We're going to be looking for A. I'm going to color code it. N equals A1 plus N minus 1 times D. Now, I'm really emphasizing that this is a times, okay? So now, we can't do math with all these letters, right? Let's try figuring them out. So first one, what is our n? What is our, let's switch it like that. What is our A1? And what is our D? So to recap, n is the term we are looking for. So let's go back to our problem. We are looking for the 10th term. So right here we would, oh, I wish I would have done it backwards. 10th term, so our n is going to be 10. Our A1 is the very first term in our list. So if we see it is this 3. And lastly, our D is our common difference. How much was it jumping by again? Right, we found out that it was jumping by 6. 6. So let's go ahead and rewrite this with our new numbers instead of variables. So our 10th term, which we call A10, equals A1, 3 plus 10 minus 1 times D. Now, I want to take a second to remind you of PEMDAS. This is our order of operations, okay? So our first ones are parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we're going to take care of our parentheses first. So this would equal to 3 plus 9 times our D. All right. Next, either we have multiplication or addition, but if we look here, multiplication comes before addition in our order of operations, so we're going to multiply first. So we have 9 times D, and they, oh my goodness, I forgot to write in D. I am so sorry. Oops, remember that our D is 6. You see when I make mistakes. Okay, back to this. 9 times 6 is 54 plus 3, and my answer is 57. So if I kept going with my list, the one in the 10th place would be 57. All right, let's try number 2, case number 2. Find the 13th term of the following sequence. So again, we're just focusing on arithmetic sequences. So I know I'm for sure going to be using this one. So my equation is AN. You know me, let me color code. AN equals A1 plus N minus 1 times D. So again, I need to find all these out. I need to find out what my A1 is. So A1, again, it's my very first term. The very first one I have is 21. Now I need to find my N. Which term are they asking for? Right, they're asking for the 13th term. Let me code this code. Now our D, let's check how much we are jumping by. So from 21 to 15, it looks like I am going down. So to get from 21 to 15, I have to take away 6. From 15 to 9, I have to take away 6. Now you might be asking, why are you doing it twice? Well, you have to make sure if they are jumping by a random order, then it is not a sequence, and you can't use this. So our common difference is negative 6. Make sure that you put in a negative there. It's very important because we're going down this time. So now let's rewrite our equation. So we have A to the 13th, because we're trying to find the 13th term, equals 21 plus 13 minus 1 times d, which is -6. So now I'm going to do some math down here. And my 13th term of the sequence is 21 plus 13 minus 1 times -6. Again, I'm going to work inside my parentheses first. Now, you see how I have two operations right here? I'm going to separate this with parentheses so I don't get confused. Remember, between addition and multiplication, multiplication comes first. Now, 12 times 6 is 72. But remember that a positive times a negative, so a positive times a negative gives me a negative. So this becomes 21 minus 72. If I put this in the calculator, I believe that this will give me 51. Oh, negative 51. You might be saying negative, and if you think about it, this list right here is going down. If you think about it, our 0 is going to be somewhere around here. So the 13th one's going to be way down the line. So after the zeros, it's going to be some negative numbers. So that makes sense. So that is it. Go ahead and jump into Delta Math, and I'll see you for the next video.